Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. If you saw my last YouTube video, it was the first day as a senior in high school vlog. Today we are doing an art challenge. I'm doing the pause art challenge, which has been around for a while. So I have one video here that I'm going to do for this TikTok pause art challenge. And I'm gonna do one illustration. We're gonna start off with this little guy here. It's a little pose so I can see what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna get into the actual pose and illustration. First thing we have here is skin. Okay, so this looks like a slime type skin, like it's wet. There's like a lot of greens. It's very cool tone. I think I could do this one. So starting off with the base color, just gonna make it green. Also change the outline to make it a darker green, just to complement the colors. And as you can see in the image, there's a lot of lighter greens and this sort of teal color. So I'm gonna try and add that into there. Now I'm just adding in these light spots, the wet spots that was in the image. This is at least my interpretation of it. I'm not really sure how to draw what it was doing. But here's the skin. It's actually reminding me of something, but I don't know. Next up is hair. This is some really long hair. I've never drawn hair this long actually, but let's see what happens. Okay, starting with the hairline. I always start with the hairline so that I know where my bangs are gonna go. I don't want them too high, making them look like they have a receding hairline, you know? Done with the hair, moving on to hair color. So it looks like it's a hazel. Since I already have the gray hair base, all I have to do is select the layer, and then I forgot the word, but color it in the color. So easy, magic. Then I need to add the outline of the color just to complement it, you know, see where everything is. And boom, magic. Next up we have eyes. These eyes are actually really cute. Okay, so I have the eyes here, and I'm pretty sure the next thing would be eye color, so let's do that. Eye color. Okay, green on their right side, blue on the left. So I'm gonna add in this green to their right eye and a blue to this eye. You can't see it, but it's blue. So we have clothing. These are like some pajamas, blue themed. There's shirt, shorts, socks, and shoes. And here is our final subject. Everything came together pretty well. It's pretty cool toned with the pop of the reddish orange hair. Okay, I have my pose here. It's peace sign. I chose this so that it can show the clothes and the long hair. I imagine this being like a pose for like a sleepover or something. But yeah, this is the pose for our illustration here. Oh, I forgot the bangs. I'll do the bangs. So I'm going to select the outside of my character. You can use the bucket tool or brush just to color in the base color. Now that I have this base color, my process is skin, hair, and then clothes. Because it's technically in order of the stuff that I like to do, clothes being last. But yeah, I'm just gonna I have to select the spots that weren't supposed to be colored in. Just make sure you clean it up, and you don't want any little spots just sticking out of the line art like this here. Yeah, clean it up, easy as that, and I think that's cool. So I'm gonna start coloring the skin. Okay, now I'm going to do the eyes. I must say, for the eyes, you shouldn't use pure white for the whites of the eyes. I suggest this because when you do the white of the eyes and then color in the iris and do the highlights, the highlight white would pop more, making it look shinier like this here. You can see the two different whites while the white of the eyes still look natural, you know? There's obviously no point in doing the other eye since you can't see it anyway. Now I'm going to do the hair color. I'm going to do the select tool and show just the line art so that I could just use the fill bucket tool and not have to worry too much about it. Make sure there's no random white spots or gaps like this here. We don't want those, they're not welcome. But don't forget the eyebrows either. And I think I start shading now. I'm gonna take this red color and shade in the face. I'm gonna have my light source be on it's gonna be from the left side going to the right side. So obviously you're gonna do the shadows, the stuff that's blocking the light, because that's how shadows work. No, but the face is always my favorite part to shade. This is actually a little bit harder because it's not a normal face, and the colors seem to kind of be muted, but it's okay. I'm still gonna just shade where I usually shade so that it's not that bad. I suggest doing some sort of lip color. I usually do, but I'm not gonna do it in this one because I don't think it will look well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take a blue color and shade it into the darkest parts of the shadows. This helps with your art not looking too flat, because if you think about it, there's multiple colors in an apple when it comes to shading, right? I think this looks fine, the face. Now I'm gonna move on to the arms, chest, and legs. I think that's it. Yeah. So if you guys end up liking this drawing, you're gonna have to subscribe, because if you subscribe, you'll let me know that you like my art. And if you like my art, I'm gonna post more. So subscribe and like and comment what you think about this video and the art at the end of the video. Wait, no. Yes. Okay, I've added my shading to my drawing. Now I'm going to do the lighting, the highlights. I'm gonna add a new layer above that one, clipping, and I'm gonna set the screen because when I set it to addition, I feel like it's more strong and glowy. So I only use addition if I feel like I need the color to be lighter or I want a sort of glowing effect. So I'm gonna stay with screen for now. So I'm gonna use the same red or a little bit of a lighter red and the same blue just to do the lighting so that everything goes together still collectively. Yeah. Okay, I have everything done for the skin's lighting and shading. Now I'm going to move on to the hair, which I actually think is my favorite part because the shading is a little more simple. I don't do too many details, but I'm just gonna do simple, I think it's called cell shading, and then lighting. So I'm gonna do a clipping layer on the hair. I'm gonna do a shading by making it a multiply layer and then using this red color since the hair is a red tone and just shading in the parts that are going to be in shadow. After I do this, I'm going to use the eraser tool to just bring out the light colors without using any other colors. This is just an eraser, no highlights, no extra colors. This can also help me map out where I'm going to put my lighting or how my lighting is actually going to go. All I have to do now is define the strands of hair, make sure their shading is also correct so everything goes together. So I'm still doing shading, but I'm going to do the hand. You see here, it's not touching the head, it's slightly above the head, so I'm still gonna have to add a shadow from the bottom of the hand to the hair. So all I have to do is select the hand, and then I'm going to color the shading color that I used for the rest of the hair. I'm going to then move it down. I'm going to select the original hand again once I figure this out. Select the hand again, erase it, delete or erase the excess. Then after you clean this up, you just have to fill in the gaps and set the layer to multiply. You're gonna go to your filters, do a Gaussian blur, and voila. Now, well, I actually don't like that because it's too far from the hand, so the hand is a little closer. Then you do the Gaussian blur, and you won't actually have to fill it in now because I already filled it in before. But now, voila, magic. it's just simple techniques, you know. And then for the other hand, all I have to do is the same thing. Well, no, not the same thing. Now I can do the lighting for my hair. So I'm going to use a screen layer, select the hair itself, and I'm going to take my brush, thicken it up. I'm going to drag it across the head and make sure it's round like the head, rounded. Take the eraser and erase chunks sort of random parts. Make sure you use different sizes also, because hair strands groups are different. I'm going to erase a little bit of the lighting on the shaded side. I'm actually going to use an additional layer in this case so it glows a bit more. I'm going to take my eraser, make this shape like this. After this, I go to my filters, motion blur, and I'm going to blur in the direction that the hair is going. And since the hair is kind of going, it's mainly going up and down, so I'm going to do the Gaussian blur up. Okay, so I'm gonna go to blur again, and I'm gonna add only a teeny tiny bit of Gaussian blur, so it's a bit softer. Then I'm gonna turn the opacity down, and now all I have to do is define the strands, the individual strands of hair. Okay, now I just want to say, if you want, you can add the little like white, a thinner brush, and then kind of like draw in little highlights. It'll make the hair a bit shinier, but how to do it? I usually do it like this, but I'm not going to do it this time, so that everything just feels a little more, I guess, a little more flat. Flat isn't that bad, I suppose. I've done all these other things. The last thing I need to do is close. The things I haven't been wanting to do, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try hard. This is why it's good to have a reference, but now I'm just doing the outline for the close, and once again, to make it cohesive. The thing is with clothes, I feel like I never do it right, but I'm gonna do what I normally do, and that's setting a layer to multiply, selecting the original character, and also selecting what I'm coloring so that I don't go outside the original color. I don't want to go past the outside. I don't want to go outside of what I'm drawing. Just so I know where the shading is, and then we're gonna go in with solid shading. I'm gonna do another screen layer, clipping layer to add the lighting. Now I'm just gonna do the shading like I did the hand. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the hair. Selecting it, color it in the color I'm shading with. Then I'm going to move it downwards, do the same Gaussian blur, and I don't think I used the right color, so I'm gonna fix that. It's even better now. Okay, let's continue. I'm just taking a blue color to shade the shoes with, since everything else around it is also cool toned. Okay, I think that's pretty cute. So now I'm just taking the group of layers, making it one whole layer, just itself. And I'm going to adjust the colors. I'm taking a noise layer and I'm like sticking it to the original drawing. I'm going to turn the opacity down to where I think it won't disrupt the color too much, but I'm just doing this so it has a textured, more, I'd say, like traditional feel to it. It also helps like balance out the colors. And here is the final piece. I'll show you the original drawing and the ending results. So if you guys liked this video, like I said earlier, please like, subscribe, and comment down below any other art challenges you want me to do. Bye bye!